welcome, everybody, to another great episode of Real Life Matters. Of course, I am your host, DBoss, and I'm just welcome everybody. Please subscribe, share to the channel, and everything that you normally do. So I'm just welcoming you for that. And also, we have somebody here that we're going to get right into it with him. That we have somebody here that's been here before. He's the spoken word guru. He's getting so much recognition for a lot of stuff. He even has billboards and everything that's going on. So we're gonna find out what's been going on with DWAYNE Morgan. He's also celebrating 5 exciting shows. So he's gonna let us know what's going on. So with no further ado, I introduce to you DWAYNE Morgan.
All right. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm glad you're back here. You look happy. You got your hat, your famous hat.
Yeah. Always happy to chat with you. So yeah, it's always a good time.
All right. So while everybody knows, I think everybody probably knows that your background's from Jamaica, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So that's good. So anybody that wants to relate with him, they can relate with him. But he does all the cultures and everybody. So, so tell us now what's going on with you, DWAYNE.
All right. So, every fall I try to celebrate, my career. So this year is the 32nd year of my career. So instead of just doing one event that I normally do, I decided to do a series of 5 different events to give people different things to choose from and different ways to engage with the spoken word. So 3 of the shows are called Poems in the Key of Life, which is, inspired by Stevie Wonder's, Songs in the Keys of Life album. And those 3 shows are myself and a pianist. So each show is a different pianist, and it's just poetry and piano. So we have one person who's a jazz pianist, one person who's like a R&B hip hop pianist, and somebody who's like a soul folk music pianist. So each show is going to be, very different based on who's playing the piano. We have one show called Back Chat, which is a spoken word showcase of, up and coming artists on the scene. And after each of them performs, they'll do a Q&A with the audience, which is something that is very rare because a lot of times the audience doesn't get to engage with the actual, participants and the artists. And then on the 22nd, we have the annual When Brothers Speak show, which we have spoken about in the past. And that show has been running since 1999. And, it is back again for another year. So I've just included it in this whole celebration of the last 32 years.
Wow. Well, last time, if anybody wants to go back, they can go back to his interview where how he got into this and what's the key, how do you do spoken word? What do you do? So I'm not going to he can give you a little tip now, but you guys can go back to that episode and watch it on the YouTube channel because it's it was more in depth. I kind of pushed the envelope with DWAYNE that no, I don't want to hear, well, I just do it.
Absolutely. There's a lot of work that goes into it.
And you have to give people like him the props and stuff, because if it's, to do it for all this time and a long time, it takes a lot out of you. So if you just give us a little tip of what keeps you going, and then all the creativity that goes behind these shows, like who would think that you'd have a different pianist playing for each show?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, there's really a lot that goes on behind the scenes that nobody sees. Every day I'm here, I'm in rehearsals because each of the shows with the pianists, I'm performing for about an hour and a half. So there's a lot of poems to learn. There's a lot of things to figure out in terms of, music and pacing and all these kinds of things. So there's a lot of, rehearsal that goes into what people actually see on the stage. And a lot of times people think, oh, you just show up and you jump on the stage and this stuff just happens. But there's the practice, there's the rehearsal, there's memorizing and learning all of this, new material that you're going to be sharing. So there's definitely, a lot of work that people don't see, but it's the adage is, you know, work hard and make it look easy. So that's what we try to do.
All right. So how do you go about your selecting? Because you know there's so many people doing. So how do you go about that?
Yeah, so I mean, you know, in terms of, you know, selecting artists, you know, I always just kind of look at, you know, who's out there, who's hungry, who's doing things, whose name, you know, will sell tickets and attract people. So, you know, even in picking artists, it's not really just about, oh, your poems are good. It's about there's other things as well. Like do people want to hear you? Are people going to come just because you're going to be there? So there's that aspect. And then for some of the shows, when it comes down to, you know, what poems am I going to share, then that's a whole other process where, you know, I really have to think about where am I in life right now? What are the things that are important to me? What are the things that I want to engage people in a conversation about? So, you know, even with those 3 shows with the pianist, it's not the same poems every night. Where it's a different 90 minutes. Every week it's a different 90 minutes. So that's a lot of work to learn, a lot of rehearsing to do. And, you know, each artist brings their own style and flair to things. So, yeah, I've been deep in the trenches every day, just trying to get ready for these shows.
All right. Well, we know that you're working and you know what, so, you know, you know, everybody don't want to like to answer these questions and different things, but there's questions like, what would you want to leave with people? Because you know, when you transition on, what would you like to leave with people in their mind?
I think, you know, I dared to do something that was hard. I think most people, we always look for the easiest thing to do. We look for the easiest path. That is the opposite of what I've done. I decided to be a poet, and I've managed to do that for 30 something years. And I've stayed true to myself. I stayed true to my community. I've tried to help as many other people as possible. I've created stages for other people. So I think overall the legacy is, you know, choosing to do something hard, but bringing as many people as I could with me.
Okay. So you'll be remembered for that. And I see people, yes, when you see the promo card, you'll see him standing in front of a billboard, and it's an actual billboard. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so, you know, I got to give a big shout out to my publicist, Sasha Stoltz, for making that one happen. There's a great company called Branded Cities that donated some billboard space to me as part of this celebration. So it was really awesome to see myself larger than life in the middle of downtown Toronto.
All right. So what after this shows and stuff like that, what more can we expect from you?
Yeah, so I mean, these shows are going to end off the year, but I always start off the year with a competition that I do for singer-songwriters. So I give away $1,000 every year to up-and-coming singers. So, you know, if there's singers out there that are in the studio working on their stuff, one of the caveats of this show is that you have to sing your original material. You cannot sing anybody else's songs. It must be your own song.
Okay.
So every artist is only allowed to sing their songs in this competition. It's called the Soul Slam, and that usually happens on the final Sunday of January. So after these shows, I'll take a little rest. I'll start putting in some work on the Soul Slam, and come next year, we're back at it again. So if people want to, you know, stay in the loop with what's going on, DWAYNEMorgan.ca is the website. All the info is there. Info about the shows, tickets, all the info is there, so they can just go and see what's going on.
All right. So, any shout outs that you want to give?
Again, shout out to my publicist, Sasha Stoltz, and just all the people in the community that have been supporting me for the last 32 years. You know, I could easily say I've just been doing this for 32 years and keep it moving, but I think it's so important, A, that we get into the practice of celebrating our lives and the things that we do and our achievements, and B, sharing with community, sharing with people, sharing with the people that have allowed me to be here for 32 years. So that's why these shows are happening. And because there's 5 shows, my expectation is to see everybody at least one of them. So choose which one. I want to see everybody out and celebrating with me.
And you can meet you, maybe your potential mate. You forgot that.
Absolutely. That's also another thing that could happen.
You see, Dwayne, it's always exciting having you here. You know, look, you guys need to go to the shows because then you can meet whoever you're going to meet there. And for those who haven't seen Dwayne, you're going to go back and watch the episodes when he told you why it's good to go and meet your mate.
Absolutely. We have a few, you know, marriages that have come from the event. So it's definitely
you hear that, people?
A good look and a good.
He's setting up a matchmaking thing. That's the next thing for 2026. But anyways, Dwayne, it's been a pleasure having you here. You guys get out to the shows, go reach out to him, do what you need to do. You know, it's something that's, you know, that he does, he loves. If he didn't love it, he wouldn't be doing it for 32 years. So, you know, I encourage everybody, and he's part of the Real Life Matters family. So, you know, you're always going to see him here. And you want to know his whole history, but today he's come on. We're just doing it short and sweet and out.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for always creating this platform and allowing me to come in and chop it up with you. So I truly appreciate it.
Well, chop.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in here with the guru spoken word, Dwayne Morgan. So please, you guys follow him, do all the due diligence, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye for now.